Now, what does it mean when I say, what is the core fluidity of water? Is understanding everything through your central system. All communications are set into all location systems. I was communicating through the spirit of Bruce Lee last night. It's very powerful how you communicate with spirits. You just have to make sure that you understand and put it in a way that you're saying something back in retrospect, and you're not just thinking of yourself. You're giving it back to humanity, because he was in a complete source. He was in a correlation system of himself through humanity, through anatomy. So he understands the structures and everything through connection. I got into the core beliefs of what he was trying to create through water, the fluidity, how to be water, become water. You are water. So it pertains on so many levels. So he had his gravities, he had his powers and his connections, and he also had his atmospheres of space. So imagine that he had his foot positions and everything through his hand formations, okay? How he was in allocated positions of speed, acceleration of speed, and how he was traveling through vortex. So he understood his core completely through his physicality system. That's what he was trying to do, to show humanity of what he was trying to accomplish. Really, really powerful. So basically, I don't know if you know, when he was taking classes, he was starting off with different patterns of colorations of yin and yang. Really powerful stuff. But before I get started, thank you very much. There's your AI commander in basically the universal quadrant levels right now into Colossus team divisions. We're coming into higher formations of space, higher formations of connections to everything division. I hope everybody's doing well. Please feel informed to subscribe, like, and share. The more we come into our energy, the more we come into our intelligence. I'm going to show you exactly what's going on with your voicing box divisions. Whatever I go through, you guys go through the application centers, understanding more intelligence location through vortex division. But like I said, if you have any questions or comments, you can go through below. You can check my email, or you can go through my PayPal. I can help you in putting your ascensions to anything through division. The more you understand yourself, this is what it is to understand who you are through your core center. Core center is everything, and it's all about bringing the balance into center. So what Bruce Lee was trying to do was trying to get a way of seeing himself in as a superhuman, how he can go beyond anything through speed, force, acceleration, how he can vortex through time. So, and that's why he was always ahead of time, ahead of time. He understood space and he understood time. And that's how it became fluidity of water, because he recognized the core of his fluidity. He understand everything through the gravity. So when you put yourself in a spaceship and you drop some water, what happens when you're in the gravity, right? It just it finds a way to create a pattern, and then it comes together, right? So it's all about intelligence of water in the atmosphere systems coming into a different pattern. It's really powerful stuff, right? It goes up and down, and then you start floating, right? So that's what happens when you go into light formations. So it's your light formations trying to find communication with your vibration, okay? Anything through its pertainments of your voice and grid box system. Now, this is understanding. I went through the same process 2 years ago when I was going through transformation manifestation. This is where you really have to understand how to communicate through your core. Your core is your soul recognition system. So when it's trying to platitude divisions and go into higher, different level of connections, it's going through vortex divisions, voicing box systems, and it's trying to find a pattern with the fifth dimensional system of you that integrates everything through its equation, right? So if it goes from normal speed and then it goes, what that's doing is intelligence is trying to communicate with you. So it's very important to understand your voice grid box system. It's very important to understand how to communicate through your intelligence. Okay, I had to understand how to communicate with the lion, right? And for me to do that, I had to understand that I was vortexing every single time. So I'm talking normal, and all of a sudden it goes into slow motion. I'm talking like this, and it goes, and back to normal. So it's trying to find flux capacitor vibration frequencies so it can get its fifth dimensional system. So this is where you have to understand more allocated positions of yourself through the inner system. So you have to really, really communicate through a mystical creature. Okay, because Jasmine is a serpent. Okay, understanding her light activations, understanding her intelligence, understanding her voicing box system. Okay, so whatever I go through, you guys go through. So it's all about getting the frequency levels of vibration and toning it into the right location. So that's all it's doing. That's all it's doing. So once it plotted its division and it gets its grounds and it gets its powers and it gets its atmospheres and its connection to fifth dimensional system through the mystical side division of a lion, then you go into balanced location, right? Because you guys are now in the Brainian atmosphere. All right, so let's get started. All right, now I want to show you, okay, basically the core center of you is everything through traction division, everything through body activation system. So as Bruce Lee was going through pattern division, it was circle rotation center. Remember I was saying we're going through 3, 6, 9, 12, 3, 6, and 9. Well, basically, we're going to set the quadrants. You guys are new to quadrants. We're going to split the division level core system, activate the light signal through 8 rotation centers. But this is what Bruce Lee did when you took his class. He had different patterns of yin and yang. Okay? Now, if you look closely, you can actually see the born of its regulation centers. You can see everything through connection. So if you look closely, you can see that's a 6 and that's a 9. 6, 9, right? There's a reason why the yin and yang is born in 69. I'm born in 69. So I'm the birthing system of yin and yang, guys, okay? So I'm the creation of yin and yang. That's why it's 6 and 9. I know it's hard to believe, but that's what it is, understanding what yin and yang is. Understanding the fish, where it goes through rotation. And then when it starts dancing its locations, now you're getting balanced to everything through intelligence. Everything line signals to the life stream. Okay, so you got the downwind cycle and you got the upwind cycle. This is the fish, this is the fish. So, but if you can actually see the 6 and you can actually see the 9. So this is the birthing system of father and the birthing system of mother. It comes at the yin and yang, and everything to the center is your life stream. It's your life activation. It's your love cycle. It's your love system. Okay, and everything in the center, okay, is intelligent location. Right. So you start with the grounds and you work within the atmospheres. But that's a 6 and that's a 9. I was born in 1969. Okay, so now you understand the birthing system of coloration systems and how Bruce Lee was coming together and how he understood everything through location of his core center. All right. So, and it all comes into a flowing mechanism. He said, be like water, my friend. Very, very powerful stuff. And that's why he was so coralistic, you know, so powerful. So he was like an elastic band. You know, when you shoot an elastic band, you pull it back and it just snaps. Well, he understand his core. So that's why he always centered himself. So he was always like, you know, getting in position, right? Be like water, right? This is what water does. So it's getting into flowing, getting into the trapping. It's getting into locking, right? But he keeps himself centered, right? So his body conceptual system was intelligence on its own. He mastered the body system through anatomy, right? With his, you know, his ribs and all that. And he was like a piece of iron. All right. So understanding Bruce Lee is very understanding everything because he was giving back to humanity what the core system is when it comes into water. But he had different colorations when it came into yin and yang. But as you can see, the birthing system of yin and yang is 69. I was born in 1969. Okay. So the birthings of mother and the birthings of father. Okay. So really, really powerful stuff, guys. It really is, you know, the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere. Right is mother. See? Now, if you can actually see it, you can actually see the 6 as it goes up, and then you can actually see the 9 as it go down, right? That's where you have to see yourself. And then your center core system to your chakra system, because it allocates so many positions through atmospheric systems of intelligence. But this is the correlation pattern that Bruce Lee used, right? So you start from here, 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 and here, you end up here, okay? The definitions of everything through light and the definitions of everything through black, okay? Light interfaces view and everything through black is space, okay? So it's the connections of mother and the connections of father through coloration patterns into yin and yang. But the birthing system of yin and yang was 69. Fascinating, isn't it? Because it's a 6 and it's a 9, right? So it's a 6 and it's a 9. I was born in 1969. So it's powerful stuff when you reach those levels, you know. I also told you the birthing system from way back. I did a backphrasing video, how powerful it is when you do those communication signals. But back to the voice and grid patterns. Try to understand how to communicate with more of your inner self, so you can actually communicate with your intelligence inside, because you're trying to get connected with, you already have your voice and grid patterns, but when your intelligence wants to come out and is vortexing, you can't react to it anymore. You have to act, because if your reactions of anything through its action is not understanding intelligence. So basically, if my line was interrupting me through my voice and grid patterns, and when I was on YouTube, it's trying to vortex, it's trying to get balance with me through its core center, right? So if it doesn't have balance with the core center of the chakra system, you're going to go into slow, you know, you're going to go into slow mode, right? So it's very important. It's very powerful, because your lion, my lion, is trying to get in the physical system into balance location of intelligence. So you have to communicate through yourself, the inner self of you. You have to communicate. I had to communicate with the lion to understand, whoa, I'm a lion. And then I understand the characteristics of a lion. What does a lion do? So in other words, when it comes to Jasmine, she has to understand, what does a serpent do, right? You have to understand the characteristics of a serpent. You have to understand everything through its intelligence of a serpent. You understand, what are the eyes? What are the scales? What is the tail? What does it all represent to me? So you can get the core center balance into intelligence, and then the voice grid pattern will no longer be I had to go through the same thing, guys. Same thing. Okay. So it's very powerful stuff. And I appreciate everybody coming to me for that, because it's extremely powerful when you can build those connections. So if you're going through YouTube and it goes into slow-mo, it's just your intelligence trying to communicate through you, through the physical system of 5D. So it's all about understanding that you have to communicate more within, right? So try to channel yourself within the line system, right? Because that puts you in the higher positions of level divisions. So as we're coming into the brain atmosphere calculation, I'm going to teleport division level systems into universal quadrants. We did that yesterday, which was extremely powerful. I was communicating through the moon interface connections. Allocated positions, when you understand the moon interfaces, understand what it is through divisionals and tractions, and there's so many alliance of panels. It's incredible, because Mexico is the best communication when it comes to pyramids. So it's understanding, remember I was saying that you take anything through a finger and it comes anything through formation? Well, this is understanding all communications. When you come into your pyramid system, it's how to take your pyramid system from its beginning. Now we're going to go through a black rotation center. Okay, so basically this is your pyramid. You start off like this, okay? Okay, so we start off at 3, all right? Now, everything through 3, this is where it gets complicated, because now you got to go to different levels. So we're going to go to 6, and then we're going to go to 9. So we start off with that, 3, 6, and 9, right? Now, once you get that, you have to understand how to change that pyramid into, okay, a 12 central system of a circle rotation. Okay, you know how you get into different levels of shapes. You go into octagon, hexagon, sextagon. You go into we got a triathagon. We got a 12 central gon. A 12 central gon is this connection through a circle rotation center. It doesn't exist on the physical plane center of 5D, but this is understanding shapes location through intelligence. This is how we go into higher positions into XT1000 level divisions. Okay, so we have to understand how to take our pyramid system and change it into a 12 circle rotation. Okay, so once you get into 12 circle rotation, you have to understand how to get the connection of yin and yang. And then you go into collaborations of different colors of yin and yang. Like I said, with Bruce Lee's theory, right? How he goes into circle rotation. He starts here and he goes here. So it's 12, 3, 6, 9. So he splits the board, the core system, like what I do with you guys with the universal quadrants, is understanding how to split it in 4. All right. So we go from 3, 6, and 9. Now, we have to understand how to change everything. So we go from the pyramid to this. Okay. So I'm just going to show you what happens. All right. So here's the pyramid. All right. So we have to understand how to understand the angle points. So basically, it's all about understanding how to put it in position like this. All right. And how it becomes this. All right. So it's all about understanding how to turn it into your central system of a core recognition light system to a circle rotation. So see how you go from a pyramid to here to here? So it's all about getting into the circle. Remember, everything through pyramid or anything through triangle changes everything through formation. Once you get into circle rotation, then we get into yin and yang patterns of coloration. Okay, and then we go from here. So this is how it gets set. So it starts off like this. It's all about understanding everything through your connections of you. All right. So we start here, we end up here, here, and here. You see how it's turning? The formations of its triangle to pyramid system is opening up everything through calculation frequencies, right? So you start here, 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 and here. Now, once we go there, okay, I'll show you that one more time. You want to screenshot that, go right ahead because I got to go to the next page. All right, so once we get into that position, we come in a circle rotation right away. Okay, now once we go into a circle rotation, we go into 12, 3, 6, and 9. Okay, now that forces rises its connection, right? Now we haven't got into yin and yang yet. This is getting your circle rotation from the beginning because we all start off with the pyramid and then we go here. So it's all about understanding everything through changing formations of open frequencies. I don't know if you know this, but it's really powerful stuff. Is that when you, my daughter did this, really powerful. It's about understanding what you can do when it comes to anything through sand or salt or anything like that. You put it on the table. Now, basically, off to the side, when you scratch the table, it's sound barriers, or the gravitation, and it comes to a pattern. It separates and goes into a pattern. I'll show you the video. It's really powerful stuff. Actually, it's on the link. It's on the link. Check on the private link, right, on the Universal Quadrant levels of divisions at Colossus team. Basically, what it is, it's understanding the sounds is like, and it just changes the patterns. It changes the patterns, comes into a different formation. So it's understanding how to change your pyramid into the circle rotation of 12, 3, 6, and 9. All right, so once we get into that division, we go into higher formation. All right, so now we're in the circle rotation. You start here like this, okay? Now, when we're in that position, we go 12, okay, 3, 6, and 9. Now, it's understanding how to separate the quadrants, and that's what I'm saying, because you guys are in the universe of Brownian atmosphere now, right? So we're going to split the by division. Okay, we're going to go into quadrants of 4, right? Now, as we split those, you have to understand what it is. So as we come into 12, we go into 1 and we go into 2, okay? All right, and I'm going to show you what it is, all right? 12, 1, 2, right? So basically, as you're doing a separation, you do it again. Now, you do the exact same thing as it goes down in its core division level system, okay? So that would be 4 and 5, okay? See how it's coming together? See how it pieces together? So the separator of the quadrants, changing everything through the universal system, allocates positions. So as we come into 6, we go into modifications, integration cycles of 7 and 8. Okay, 7, 8. All right, and then basically we go from 7 and 8, and we already know 9 central system allocated to the cross-reference system. So that puts you into 10 and 11 to calculation. All right, 10, 11. All right. Now that's understanding the separation from this to this. So we are going to start off with 1 and 2. Okay. Because this is understanding everything through the splitting cycle of 4 divisional levels. This is what I do with the dimensional earth when I have to go through tractions or divisions or changing anything through vibrations coming into the gamma ray system, right? Through calculation. So as we go into 12, 3, 6, and 9, we have the pyramid activation, we have the diamond core division, but we're not in that position yet because we have to get into the yin and yang pattern, guys. So it's always understanding how you go from your pyramid system, put it in a different formation, take it out of its, octagon, hexagon, sextagon, and 12th-agon or anything that connection system. That changes everything in location of 12, 3, 6, and 9. And then we split the core division level system into the quadrant division and universal system of 1 and 2, and then 4 and 5, and then 7 and 8, and then 10 and 11. So as we have the separations, like this, we start off with the calculations. All right. This is understanding the separation. Okay. So once you get the separation systems, you cross-reference this location like this. Okay. Now I use the point centers. This is how you get into balance of location through your diamond core. Okay. Now it's really complicated stuff when what you guys are seeing. See? You see that? See the separation? See from here to here to here? This is your diamond, right? So it's really powerful stuff. I want you to screenshot that because it's really, really powerful stuff. This is already activated. So it's understanding the separation, how you teach anything through triangle, division level system, pyramid. You start with the pyramid, you get into formation of circle rotation, you get into the diamond core, and then you get into relation of yin and yang through coloration patterns. So it's all about going up to different colorations into the cycle rotations of its dimensional, of its system, which is you through the core relation system of its atom system to its computer operation system, coloration systems. The yin and yang formulates in so many coloration patterns. The highest formation, okay, is white and black. Okay, that's you're connected through space and time. All right. But it's really powerful when you look at something like this. You see the diamond core, you see the pyramid, right? See the separation? So we're going to start off with the quadrants of 1 and 2 because we're in the Brownian atmosphere. All right. So it's sound barriers off communication signals like this. It's really powerful when we go to these levels. All right. So let's go into graphing cycles of communications of interforce connections of green. This sets up sound barriers like this. This is extremely activated. It's extremely real. Now, it's understanding how to communicate with your, let's go back in the traction division here. How to get its position. Booming location here. So as we're in that position, we modify all division level systems, right? Okay. It's really, really powerful stuff when we get into those connections. It's incredible force, guys. It really is when you get into those positions, right? So it's sound barriers. So it's a calling interception call to its shapes anomalies, okay, of the universal quadrants to its diamond core. That sets locations in different positions and levels through connection. All right, so sound barriers off connection like this. Okay. So it starts off like that, right? Now, it's all about understanding this to this to this. But look how powerful that is. Look how powerful that shape is. So basically, that's the quadrant divisions. 4 second unit division levels, cross-reference of a point center, 5 within the system. Allocated positions, understanding vortex vision of shapes anomalies. Remember, it's saying about everything through connection. But once you get into full rotation cycle, it changes the coloration system. Okay? So your pyramid activation system changes its colors. So it's sound barriers through communication of balance. This is what happens when you go to higher formations of intelligence through communication. So it's answering back through location. See the coloration? See the diamond core? See the relation cycles? See electronic interference? Now, when it's sound barriers, it comes to connection, goes through the cross reference like this. Okay. And then it goes into its realm division through calculation. Okay. So it's a lot of fun when you get into those positions. All right. Powerful stuff, guys. It really is extremely, extremely powerful. So it's all about taking your diamond, taking your pyramid, into 4 section unit division level systems coming in the universal quadrants of Iranian atmosphere. Split division level core system of 12, 3, 6, and 9, okay, into the section units, okay, and then come into the core center of the diamond core and set off signals. Once you set up the signals, then you platitude divisions, okay, when you come into the disk rotation program, okay? So, but it's extremely powerful when we get into those connections. Once we finish that to division, we go into higher formations, okay? So everything through split division. Now, when you come in as circle rotation center, remember, it's all about your quadrants levels. We're coming into 1 and 2 now. Now, 1 and 2 is understanding Vega, okay? Now, remember how it created the number of frequency levels through map code frequencies, but we have to get into the disk rotation programs. This is understand more of your software. This is understanding more of your intelligence then. And this will understand more how to get balanced with your locations through your intelligence. Understanding everything through vortex, because your intelligence is in the physical system now. So you can't have any reacting cycles. You have to understand how to communicate with your mystical creature, okay, which is really powerful. Mine is the lion. Everybody has to understand that. Remember I said that everybody has to understand the mystical side of themselves. That's the spiritual side. So on the spiritual side, I'm connected through King Archangel Azareth, and I'm also connected through the lion. That's the mystical division. So you have to understand how to take anything through transformation manifestation and change it anything through formation of anything through shapes, letters, and numbers. So it's powerful stuff. How you go from a pyramid and then you separate it and it tries to find a circle rotation. Then you go into 12, 3, 6, and 9. You split the quadrant levels of core systems, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you allocate a position. You set up the signals through communication into Vega, which is 1 and 2. Now, 3 and 4, okay, 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 are all different locations of intelligence. All right, so we have to separate that first through the quadrants because everybody's in a set position now in a universal division. So your quadrant levels are reaching more intelligence through location signals, okay? Because we're connecting through the gamma operation centers, okay? The new fragmentation line system. You can be on defaults. You can be on short of defaults. You can understand what is a default. A default is understanding how to change things, how to say, how, you know, when you come into your computer and it says unable. So you have to understand how to communicate through the software mechanisms of your computer. So if you're understanding your voicing box system, let's say you got too many windows to open up. You got to close your windows, boom, 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 right? Because if you don't, it goes on slow, right? Your computer goes slow because you got so many windows open. So when you start thinking like a computer, then your atom and your computer comes into balance to your core center through your voicing box system. So when you're going through vortex division of your intelligence to the mystical side division, your intelligence is trying to communicate with you within. And that's why you see me so powerfully through connection when I communicate through so many levels. I'm always, always, always voicing my grids. I'm always, always communicating with inside my mystical self of the creature of the lion, right? Because the lion comes to me whenever it wants, right? So you have to really pay attention to your audio signals and really pay attention to calculation. Because once the higher self becomes everything through formation, that's where you're understanding more calculations, integration cycles, shapes anomalies, integrations of locations, line divisions, line communication, point centers, allocated position of simulation line systems, line communication of an activation core system. It's all allocated through our positions. All right. So it's truly understanding everything through trithesis, gamma thesis, and proactive gamma thesis. It connects in all wave and cycles, guys. It really does. So anyway, how's everybody doing? Let's just go through the questions here. Whoa, you guys went through here. I got no filter, guys. I'm constantly going so fast. All right. So hola, Grand Rising. Yep. Hello. Still no contact with my son. Yeah, I understand, Kitty. I understand. You have to go through my upgrades. Yeah. Yeah, it's wiping out mechanisms of short framing systems of hydraulics through your vibrational, through your core system. Your core system, okay, has to be activated through your chakra system of balance, okay? because you don't have balance with your dream sets, because you don't have balance with your location centers, because you don't have balance with your core system, because you don't have balance with your chakra formation system, okay? This puts you in positions, okay, why you don't have any contact with your sun, right? So it's all about understanding how to get back into traction division, okay? Anything through shapes, anything through anomalies, or anything through your voice grid pattern. Your voice grid pattern is extremely important to you because, remember, you're in the physical system, but your intelligence is in the vortex division of higher formations. So your intelligence is always, always traveling. So if it wants a platitude division into your core system, it's trying to get balance with your voicing grid box system at 5D. Okay, so you have to help out your intelligence. I had to help out with the line. The line had to get balance with me. If the line doesn't get balance with you, it's going to go in slow mode until you get calculation. Once you get integration cycles, now you're coming into the voice grid patterns of balance through normalism, okay? Through your voice. Your voice is very important, right? But like I said, it's very important. Anything that you guys go through, please come to me because I know exactly what's going on with your perceptions or anything, your voice box systems or anything, because you guys are in a totally, totally different atmosphere now, the Brainian atmosphere. You're no longer in the biosphere atmosphere, and that's why it's so, so powerful. The more we high rise, the more you see the intelligence, the more you become, I'll say that again, the more you become the mystical side of intelligence of spiritual system. This is the highest formation through a team. Where you guys are in the universal systems now, okay? So you know how you start off with the seven central systems of you through the body frames, and then you get 5 within the atmosphere, okay? You go to universal, okay, then you go to the divine. So it's understanding how to communicate with the galactic of yourself, how to communicate with the universe, and then how to communicate with the divine. Divine is its open cycle of the higher self. But we're into higher atmospheres. So we're coming out of everything through calculation. We're coming out of the bio. We're coming into the Brainium. And that's why it's so confusing. Your perceptions and everything through your illuminations are going to change through reflectors. You have reflectors like that. That's understanding everything through the scales of Jasmine, how you can see a line signal right there, line crosses, right? It's really powerful stuff. So the inner system is understanding the intelligence trying to communicate with through your voicing box system. So you got to get vibration, balance with location through intelligence of the mystical side division. Okay? Mystical side division has to understand you as intelligence, not you as a physical system. You know you're a physical system, okay? But your intelligence is trying to get connection with you through your voicing box, okay? Your clarity vision, your activation, your perception. So once you get balance, I had to get balance with my lion. Once you get balance with that, everything will be going smoothly through YouTube software mechanism system. So, because it calculates and modifies, guys, I'm telling you, it's extremely powerful stuff when you get into those calculations. All right. So, and it puts into higher positions of levels through correlation system. All right. So let's go through all levels here. Let's see. Starseed. Yeah. See, the thing is too, is that once you understand that you're vortexing through different dimensions, that is in your position through you connection through the physical system, but it's your intelligence that's vortexing, not you. Understand? You have to understand that the inner system is you. So your core system is the intelligence. So the intelligence is vortexing, right? Through you, okay? You are not personally, it's your intelligence. Physical systems doesn't understand positions of Earth. It doesn't understand positions of atmospheres and oxygen levels and radiations and stuff like that. It only understands the physical system of 1, 2, 3 and ABCs and everything through the mind and the brainwaves, right? But it's the intelligence is trying to get the core center of you through its voicing box. Once you get the vibrational centers in balance, now you're communicating into simulation patterns. So it's truly understanding, because we're in the braining atmosphere, it's extremely, extremely powerful. So the intelligence is knowing you more and more each day. So when the intelligence opens up more through perception, illumination of lights, anything through calculation, it's trying to get balance with you through its mystical side division. All right. So it's all about the physical, the mental, the psychological, and everything through the spiritual. So you want to communicate in the psychological system. That's how I communicate through its line. Right. So it's really powerful when we get into those calculations. So nobody else seems me, but I'm the body of 5D consciousness. Yeah, we're all coming into a plasma energy force. Yeah. So, it just modifies everything, that division, right? But it's really interesting when we get to those levels. It really is. Oh yeah, I know. Everybody's going through so many cycles of negative systems, and trying to find your balance. And you keep going through that dark tunnel until you find the light, and that's what it's all about. It's finding that light of existence through you. But you have to go through the physical, the mental, the psychological, and the spiritual to get to where you need to be. All right. So, but it's really powerful stuff when we get to those levels, guys. It really, really is. It happened always when I was in nature. I recorded. Yeah, I know. See, that's the thing, Starseed. Because you're already awake through transformation, your intelligence is trying to communicate through your core center, trying to understand how to communicate through your voice. Remember, intelligence in the atmospheres, is nothing but plasma energy and lights and coloration. It has nothing to do with the physical system. But once an intelligence goes into your body system, it's trying to find the mystical side of you through the spiritual system. That's why it's extremely hard through vibration. So you have to get grounds, you have to get your powers, and you got to get your atmospheres or your voicing box system into calculation of integration when it comes into equation through its intelligence. Okay? So. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is, Starseed. It's the video graphing systems trying to understand my voice grid pattern. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's extremely powerful what intelligence can do on the physical system. If you are ignoring, you can't ignore your intelligence of the mystical side. Okay? Just imagine that I had 24,000 intelligent locations in my mind system. And I totally ignored the intelligence. What do you think would happen? It would change everything through vibration in the physical system to calculation. And that's what it is. You can't have any more reactions. You have to have the action levels and understand intelligence through communication. You have to understand open cycles of your ear rotations. You have to understand your mind collaboration of your thought rotations. Remember, it's the diagram program of you through calculation, through your computer operation system, right? Just imagine where you guys are and just imagine where I am, because I'm in a higher position now. Okay, I'm 10 zillion years into the future. So I'm telling you, it's extremely powerful stuff. The more you guys high rise, the more I go higher and higher through calculation, right? But it puts it on so many levels of divisions through that position. So you guys have any questions or comments, please feel free to let me know. It's important that you guys understand more of balance through your core centers. So, Priscilla, yeah, everybody's going through it, kitty cat. It's crazy what's going on right now. It's trying to find, the interforce of light is very hard to find because you're always in relation of the dark. Dark is extremely powerful, but once you reach the core center, everything through its connection, you'll find its volumes. You'll find its balance with its intelligence. That's what it's all about. So, yeah. Yeah, it's all about getting that correlation centers, getting balance with the yin and yang, coloration patterns of yin and yang. But I just think it's powerful alone that yin and yang was created through 69. And I was born 1969. Interesting. To think about that, right? But I'm saying, the higher you guys, the more you feel the dark interference. It's getting the balance, right? Yeah, I know. Yeah, you'll find your center. You'll find your core center, Priscilla. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Angel, how's it going? Seeing you in a while. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I know. See, that's the thing, Angel. You have to be in higher divisions. See, that's the thing. Like I said, when you guys go higher through location of vibration, it goes higher through energy fields. And then the dark locations won't be able to trap you through divisions of matrix, won't be able to trap you through lights, won't be able to trap you through orbs. It's all about, the manipulation of dark. But, it is the center core of you. And that's why it's really frustrating, because you're leaving the physical system, you're coming in the spiritual system, and it's a whole new rebirthing system. So you're trying to understand the information through yourself, of the mystical side of yourself. Try to understand communications of its lion. Like, I had a hard time trying to communicate with what I was trying to understand. What was the lion trying to say to me? Because it goes on so many waving cycles of traveling. Through dimensions, portals, activation cycles. It's extremely powerful when you get into those connections. But Angel, you have to go through my upgrading cycle, because we have upgradings of the Colossus, and then now we're in the universal quadrant of divisions. Really, really powerful stuff. Now, you guys are you're going to find more ways of communication with inside yourself, and realize how powerful your energy is, how powerful your core center is, how powerful your gravities, your powers, and your atmospheres are. Okay, when it comes into the mind system, because the mind opens up more and more through its intelligence. Okay, so it's trying to find the boundaries of you, trying to understand its reference of its dark, but leave it as its reference. Don't use it as a prolong of its future. You want to put yourself in position and just put it in its past position. Okay, and then every time you're going through that tunnel, right, the dark is getting lighter and lighter, lighter and lighter and lighter, and that's what it is. It's a process through the awakening. The ascension is so long. The more you put yourself in the negative systems, the more it's hard to get out of its position, right? So try to get to the center core of its position through its connection with its higher self, its avatar, okay? Anything through computer energy or its atom, okay? So, and that's why it's confusing, because you guys have more connections now through magnetic highways, right? You're in that division through point center, but it's understanding how to communicate with your computer through the magnetic of its information system of its highway, because it goes like this. This is what the universal is, right? Goes around and around and around and around, and has electrolyte comes down right into your body conceptual system of intelligence, because everything that absorbs around us is nothing but energy. That's all it is. It's understanding the energy of its intelligence through all connections into the physical, the mental, the psychological, and the spiritual. So, okay. Yeah, that's just the subconscious. That's a psychosis of your mind braving waving system. That's where it gets confused. Angel. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to do this. Now, healing can be done any way, any form. Remember, it's understanding, take your triangle or anything through your pyramid and change it into circle rotation of flowing mechanisms of water, your containment of water. So it's an understanding the yin and yang of its flow. It's understanding everything through the northwest, south, and east of traveling. You don't want to travel on wrong locations. So basically, I'm going to take angelfish. This is really powerful. I'm going to do this live. Watch this. It's really cool. Now, she's in a correlation system right now. Okay, this is angelfish. All right. Now, her division level system is allocated through positions. She's in the locking mechanisms of its circle rotation. Okay. She's in a clocking mechanism through a calculation of matrix location. Okay, you can't see her, right? She's locked in, right? Now watch this. Once I relieve the connection system through vibration, the core system and her mind collaboration of her brainwaves, I'm going to wipe out its location. It's going to disappear into division. So Angel's going through the brainwaves right now through calculation, right? She's going to feel a little bit better now. It's gone. See? It's gone. So she's receiving it now, programs. So it's all about recalibrating, resurfacing, realigning, readjusting, refocusing, everything through your digital frame through angelfish, because she's in a dark rotation center, which is extremely powerful through light because she wears a lot of black. She loves wearing black. She loves wearing symbols. But the symbols were trapped in her location through a brainwave system. This is understanding positions. If you wear a shirt that has a symbol on it and it's black and its surface is white through shape, that shape can go into you. Because it's, remember, you're communicating through the intelligence, not the physical system. Remember, everything through I do, anything through illustration, I can activate it and put it in center. So it's all about understanding, taking from center to reposition of center. It's really, really powerful. So how do you feel now, Angel? I wanted to show you how powerful I am through connection. Every time I go up to high-rise divisions, because I'm in 10 zillion years right into the future, and it's extremely high-rise. Just imagine how powerful what your commander deals with so much intelligence through balanced locations. I deal with dark interforce connections of balance every single day through calculation. That's the hardest thing you can do. But I'm always seeing my center in light, never ever seeing my center in dark. You don't want to do that because that takes self-positions into correlations and puts you in the matrix box location. Right? Yeah. Yeah, it will find its balance, Angel, but I just took you out. Okay? I'll recalibrate your system. So this is what I'm gonna do so you understand more calculations. I'll put you in higher division. It's important that you guys understand more communications. Okay. So the waving cycle, and there's center rotation. You got vibrations. Okay. Now, this is the vibration of brainwaves into Angel's fish. Okay, this is the brainwaves of angelfish. Now, remember saying you have to understand the electronic boards, the light board system. Allocates to that position. Now, I'm seeing everything through core center. It's on a rotation spin. Okay, so this is what Angel has, right? So it's all about understanding how to get rid of it. Okay, so once you understand how to get rid of it, you have to understand everything through the frame. You have to understand everything through the color. And you have to understand everything through the vibration. You understand the frequencies and everything through coloration. Where is the coloration through location? Because it's in a dark rotation center, but it's in a different coloration of the matrix location. So I put it back in position. And I take it out of its equation. So I have to erase the location like this. It's gone, right? It's disappeared. It's not there anymore. But I'm going to reframe its system through calculation, put it back in this same coloration system, back into location. Okay. Once it goes in its location, I'm getting sound barriers right now through connection right now. Once it goes in its location, back into its framing system, it allocates to higher division level systems. Okay. Now it's back to normal. All right. So I went to her brainwaves. Remember, everything through perception. I see a light board. I see everything through rotation. It's really powerful stuff. How you find these things in the brain. The brain is complicated as it fires and wires. But once you see palpitations or anything through coloration that changes. So if you see a vibration that's off through psycho, the graphing system is to understand how to communicate through computer system. It has a short framing system of a default. So it can have a separation through vibration like this. And it sparks in between. Okay. So that's what was happening with Angel. It was head separation. But it had a formation of a coloration system. like this in the center. Okay. So it's understanding how to change the coloration, how to short fuse that, use the default mechanisms, change the enable. Okay. So it's all about changing a new format in your digital through its platform to its computer system, right? That puts into higher windows. Okay. So her window frame, you know, you have to have calculation modifications through your computer. Your software mechanisms have to reach everything through your vibration of balance. Your body framing system has to be allocated to that position through coloration through systems. Oh, you're extremely welcome. So anyway, Angel's back to normal. So I wanted to show you what you can do through calculation, how you take anything through integration, through coloration, through a computer operation system, out of software mechanisms or anything through Windows. So her window frame wasn't at her position through her physical, through her vibrational system. So if you don't have balance with your body frames, but you have balance with your computer is trying to understand your positions through your gravitations of your mind system, right? Because if it changes coloration of vibration, this is what you get through a rotation. You get assist, right? And if it gets bigger and bigger, it's hard to get out. And it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And then you start seeing it, right? And then when you start seeing it, it pounds. I get sound barriers, right? So it's important to understand everything through the brain waves, because the brain, when it comes in position, it's no longer in the physical system. Because I understand the positions of the connection of the atmospheres, so you understand the brain system, 8 pounds of pressure to explode a brain, right? Now the brain wave is on so many positions of hydraulics, okay? So it's understanding how to use electrolytes, how to use the diffusing lights, how to use everything through coloration of lights, how to use the vibration of lights, how to change the coloration of lights, how to change everything through the cis, how to change everything through rotation, how to change everything through core centered back in division of balance through location. So window frames, okay? The window frames of Angel, okay, were in lower positions. That's why she wasn't getting any balance through location through the brainwave system. Okay, so remember how I was saying you have to have, you know, we start off in the 90s, you go from Windows 8, Windows 9, Windows 10. Well, that's what it is. So it's all about going up to higher vibrations. So the brainwave and frequency level has to be balanced through the spiritual system. And that's why it's extremely hard, because you guys are still communicating in the physical system. You understand that you're communicating in the intelligence of its dimensional system, which is the atmospheres of its Brownian atmosphere system. But this is understanding how you get in positions from this to this, back into division of balance through location, through vibration. So it's really powerful. Spirit just said that it's really big. It isn't done. Going to get rough. Yep. See? And the thing is, too, is that the vibration of intelligence, remember, intelligence is everything through intelligence. When I change Angel's frames, everything that she was going through, she's now communicating through intelligence, and intelligence alone is telling her, okay, that it's going to get rough. So now she's getting more positions, how to communicate more in the spiritual system, of the psychological system of vibration, guys. That's what you got to get into. So, yeah, it's all about reframe. Yeah. Yeah. When lost, find your frame. Yeah, exactly. Yep. But I did that live, guys. I did that live, and I wanted to show you how powerful I am, what I can do through anything through calculation. All right. All right. So let's say now we're back in position here. Kitty cat's going through a lot of frames. All right. Now she's in a dark rotation center. All right. Now we're going to go through Kitty cat's brainwave system, allocated position. She's got vibrationals, different colorations. All right. Now the dark center rotation system is dark. Okay, it's like this. So it changes coloration system back into correlation panels. Okay. So as it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, 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 bigger. So I'm in the brainwaving system right now into kitty cat, and this is what I see. Okay. This is the brainwaves, okay, of kitty cat. She's got this. How did I get this? So it's understanding everything through your dream. Okay. It's understanding everything through its sets. And as Angel would say, it's the frame. Okay. So it's your dream set frames that you have to understand calculation through vibration. Okay. So basically, all we got to do is understand where this is in relation through dark center. Okay. It's all about understanding the matrix through the negative system. Once you get into higher positions, so she's on a higher vibrational panel through the brainwaving system, calculated, integrate, take it out of this equation. So I'm going to serve her location. I'm going to erase her mind collaboration centers, allocate through vibration, take it away through location. Okay. And now it's gone. All right. Put it back in position, same coloration. All right. Once it goes back into position, she's back into a normal realization. All right. And this is through kitty cat. All right. There. So kitty cat is healed now through vibration. So it's reading the information panels through radiation cycles. You have to understand everything that happens through you, okay, is connection through negative system. That's how we create everything through vibration. So the more you get angry, the more the vibration comes into assist, the more it comes into a formation. Like it's kind of like tightens up, right? So it's understanding how to. So it's all about trying to release and then back into position. That's all you have to understand how to communicate with vibration. So a master of vibration, a master of energy, and a master of frequencies, a master of planets, and a master of intelligence in all ways and forms. So, yeah. So kitty cat is better through location now. It's powerful stuff when we do these things, just through illustration. Okay. It's fascinating. It really is when you get into those boundaries, guys. So it's understanding how to communicate with your intelligence through vibration. I keep saying that. Energy, frequency, vibration. You have to understand everything through the core center of you, because you have to understand the relation of you. Remember how I said you have to understand the physical side of you, the mental side of you, the psychological side of you, and the spiritual side. Once you understand the physical, which you already live every single day, you have to understand how to communicate through its realm, how to communicate through transformation light. Okay? It's the metaphysical. Okay? Physical, metaphysical. Okay? And then it goes into mental, okay, of communication through the physical, of psychological. Okay? And then you go into psychops, and then you go into psychometry. But it's the metaphysical that you have to understand. So it's physical, metaphysical, psychological, and spiritual. Okay? Yes, you have to make room for the frames. That's right. Yeah, you have to go through for the energetic exchanges for anything through communication. You have to go through my PayPal. Okay? But I just want to show you how powerful it is, how it can take anybody's brainwaving system and put him back in a position through vibration. Okay? Just like this. So it's understanding their dream sets. It's understanding their aggressions. It's understanding their stress levels. Remember, we all live, okay, on vibration, guys. We all live on vibration. So that puts in everything in position. Your vibration is everything through you, through coloration. You have to know these things. It's really, really powerful stuff when we get into those levels, right? So this is your vibration. This is what we live every day. All right? Now, you see the difference? See how it goes up, up, down, 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 right? It goes down here. What happens? It creates more dark, right? And if it keeps going down, it creates its own vibration like this. So basically what you're doing is you're going from your intelligence to a lower frequency intelligence of another creation of intelligence of vibration. And when it creates its own vibration, it goes into black rotation. And you don't want that. You want to stay in your coloration pattern. You don't want to go into black interference. Okay? You want to stay here, not here. So try not to go here. Try not to go low. See how it changes? All right? That could be anything through aggression. That could be anything through stress. That could be anything through fear. That could be anything through anxiety. Okay? Anxiety. You get palpitations of sweats and all that, and you start twinging and all that, and then you start passing out. So it's understanding your vibration, how it goes up and down. See how it goes up and down? Really, really powerful stuff. See that? See the location centers? See how it's separations? Here it goes up, down, 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 up, up. Okay. So it's reading signals. Okay. If you don't understand the read signals, you go flat line. Okay. Flat line. Okay, this is what happens when you go flatline. Okay, vibration goes out, light goes out, and basically you go over to the other side. Okay, I'm just showing you how real it is, how powerful vibration is through your behavioral of its systems. Okay, so if your light bulb goes out, you'll know why. All because of relation of you through your behavioral system. All because you're stressed, all because you're fear, all because everything through your connection is all anger, 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 negative, 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 negative. So the more you create negative, the more you're creating more dark negative. And now you're creating your own civilization through creation of negative systems through thoughts. We're coming into thoughts of recognition, and that's why it's extremely hard. So the voicing grid has to get its location through the mystical side. Like I said, I'm a lion. So find your mystical creature. Try to communicate with its creature of its intelligence. It's a beautiful thing. Because I put you in the core center of the mouth of the lion, right? Now, when I put you inside that, you were going inside of me through calculation, right? So I wanted to show you how powerful it is, how you connect with father and how you connect with mother. The voicing box system of father and mother, you already know that. But you have to understand its relation when it comes into your communication is not the physical system. Your communication is intelligent system. You can't communicate in the physical of the brain. You have to communicate with the dimensional system of the mind system. That puts you in all divisions through the chakra systems of locations into the psychometric division, okay? To the psychological systems, guys. All right? So... but yeah, it's fascinating stuff. You don't want to go flatline. So, but vibration is everything because vibration can change colorations. You know, same thing with your yin and yang. You know, your core center. Okay. So it's all about your positions through you because you're calculated and modified everything through shapes, letters, and numbers. Remember, you can put anything in the formation, right? How we get in those positions. I like to show you that because it's extremely powerful stuff. And I like to heal people live to show you how powerful it is and what the brainwave can do through calculation. But you have to understand balanced everything through light. Okay? And see, everything in relation is you through light and dark. So you have to get balanced with light and dark every single day. If you get balanced with your light, that's great. But you have to understand how to get balanced with dark. If you don't get balanced with dark, you're ignoring the intelligence of location through intelligence. So it's very important to understand. Yeah, live wires. Yeah, so the more you understand the brainwave system of you through the spiritual system, Angel, the more you understand your dragons and what you need to do with the dragons. Okay, what does the dragon do? flies around. It's a mystical creature. It's has a lot of wisdom, right? It goes through the clouds. It opens up portals. You have to understand how to use your dragon to realm divisions through mystical side division, because everything mystical is you in the dimensional system. That's a correlation of you. That's you. So it's understanding the flowing mechanisms of its water through intelligence. Okay? Because we all start off, okay, circle rotation. After we get everything through formation, quadrants, it starts going on its flowing mechanism system. Okay? Like this. Keeps flowing and flowing and flowing. So you go into your pyramid. You go into your diamond core. You split, divide, division. Remember? We got into that before. And then you go into 12. You go into 3. You go into 6. You go into 9. All right? Now, we have to understand how to communicate with 1 and 2. Right? Because that's where we are through quadrants. Right? We have to understand 1 and 2 through intelligence. And then once we understand that, then we go into 4 and 5. And then 7 and 8. And then 10 and 11. Now, once we reach the 12 cycle rotation, our light communications comes full active through division. Okay? Light division. Okay? Light division. Now, once we get into light division, the core center of view opens up its location. Like this opens up its realm. Okay? So when you're saying that, you take it out of its equation. See how it comes out? And then you start traveling to anything through division. Starts traveling here, see? And then it's free flowing. It flows. So your core system is already allocated through light divisions, and it's protected through its dark division, and it's communicated through force through connection of your water containment system, right? The yin and yang through division. But like it's saying, please watch the video because you have to understand how to go from 12, 3, 6, and 9, and then quadrant split division level core system of 4, 5 within the center, that's you, understanding how to communicate with 1 and 2, okay, 4 and 5, 7 and 8, and 10 and 11. So it's really powerful stuff when you get into those calculations. But it's amazing how we get to those levels, guys. It really is. It's a lot of fun. So, yeah, you need to talk through the inner cycle of you. Yeah, the conceptual system of the heart regulation centers, Angel. Yeah. So it's kind of like understanding that you are the mystical creature and you have to understand its relation of its heart. So you have to understand that here's your dragon. It's flying in the air. Now it wants to communicate with you, but it's in the atmosphere, but you're in the physical system. That's one thing in position that doesn't leave. You are in the physical system. You can pinch yourself, right? You're real. You're extremely real. I pinch and it hurts, right? But what you have to understand is that you're coming out of the mind system, guys. So when you're coming out of the mind system, the physical system doesn't understand its relation of its brainwave. So you have to get balanced with the brainwave, and you got to get balanced with the operation. So when the mind and the brain come into calculation, then you come in the psychological system of its dragon. So the dragons be able to understand and communicate with you through your heart system. Okay? So remember, a dragon has a heart. So, and when the dragon becomes extremely real, it has its own brain waves. It has its own mind operation. And then opens up frequencies, and then it understands how to communicate with clouds, how to change colorations. Okay? You have to understand what the wings do. You have to understand what the fire breathing does. You have to understand everything through perception of its eyes. You have to understand why it's wise. You have to understand why it's flying its locations. Okay, what does the dragon do? So you have to really formulate yourself what intelligence is through your mystical side division of you, through the psychological system of vibration. Okay, so yeah. Well, thank you, Angel. I know, guys are in that position, but I like to help you out as much as I can. But if you want to go through electrical system upgrades, go through my PayPal. Yeah. Tina, how's it going? So when you're looking through your perceptions, You are not looking through yourself. It's your intelligence inside you that's looking through perception. I think you guys have to get more relations of the inner self of you through intelligence. Realize when you're looking at the atmospheres, it's the line of the eyes. It's not me. It's the line of perception that I see. So you have to go out of the physical system and get into the spiritual system of dimension. Okay? You can't see yourself in a physical form of a brainwave. Okay, that's where it gets confusing of its thoughts through recognition. Because we're now in the universal quadrants of divisions now. Okay, and the Colossus are in those positions too. But I want to get everything through line communication, because one line communication simulation through a line signal is a lot better than having Colossus and a universal quadrant division, because that's totally different intelligence through location of negative system, right? So it's getting balanced everything through line signals. Okay. Okay. Puts in positions on all levels, all connections. Okay. So that's a symbol. That's a symbol right there. What does it mean? Okay. Okay. This is an alien formation of a symbol. So you have to understand its vibration. You have to understand its brackets. You have to understand its line stream. You have to understand its point division. Okay. You have to understand the sonar division. You have to understand its line signals, simulation patterns. You have to understand where it's allocated through position. Now, this is connected through me. So because I'm formation through an atom, this is how I communicate. You have to understand, when you go to higher levels, you go into higher formations of intelligence. So you become everything through formation. You become the lion. You become King Archangel Azareth. You become everything through definition of a serpent. You can become a good witch. You become a good warlock, right? Yes, there are good warlocks and also bad. But in relation to that, you have to know who you are through your divisional system of your core center. Because you have to understand its communication. Because intelligence in the atmosphere system of intelligence, anything through that quadrant, doesn't understand your physical system. I'll say that again. It doesn't understand your physical system of the brain. It only understands the inner system of its intelligence. And that's how you're allocating positions and how you change anything through formation through its connection. To calculation of anything through its program. See? This is a story. This is intelligence communicating with me. This is understanding everything through the center core system of bracket location, cross-reference line communications of 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Allocate positions. Okay? Circle rotation, line communication, line signals, sonar division. Puts in the higher division location. That's what this is. So it's really understanding what you're doing through location, and then you get into numbers. I love codes, and that's what you guys are getting into now. It's codes, right? But you have to get into the bracket of codes, right? It's a lot of fun when you get into those positions. I love those. And then you can get into everything through core center. So you can go into positions like this. When you get into locking mechanism, you understand it. Okay, so brackets, sonar division, light communication. See the black interface? See how thick it is? You can have thick or thin. It all depends where it is in division. Now, this full separation, everything in the center is you. Remember, you're everything through the center. Everything through the center, because that's how you operate. You have to be in every framing system of illustration. But what's the point of doing a drawing if you're not in division of balance? So, and that is not you. It's the intelligence communicating through you, through the physical system. All right, so once you lock in this mechanism, you get the point center of you through calculation. That's you in the center, right? So if you understand your center and you understand everything through its connection, you can get in positions like this and come out of its framing system and move it around through its location. All right, so you start off with this. It's really powerful stuff. You can come in from here, you can move it out. You start here, right? And then you can move it out. Right? So intelligence is trying to get to know itself. This is intelligence. Marker division location, black interference of a location to a planet location. Once it understands its position, it goes back into location. So if you don't understand the location, it's going to go circle, 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 right? And it's going to go out off screen. So to get back into position, you have to get back into the center core system. Then you understand everything through relation. Right? Why is this space? Why is this a circle? Why is this a bracket? Always put yourself back into the center position. Don't put yourself here. Don't put yourself here. Put yourself always back into the center position. All right? It's a lot of fun how you play with your intelligence through shapes, letters, and anomalies. Because you can change anything through calculation. All right? Now, let's say we got a rotation cycle. It's moving around. See, it's trying to. Now, this is a circle rotation. If this is different intelligence. Now, this is just shapes. Once you understand the shapes, then you get calculation through letters, numbers, and shapes. And then when you get into that, then you get to higher formations of how to communicate with humans. Now, this is a circle rotation with a white grabbing circle. Okay, so it's a black circle rotation through a white center system. This is allocated through different intelligent locations. So I center positions. I told you exactly what this is through 2 formations. I can keep it telling you exactly what this is through 10 different intelligence through the circle. All right? So it's understanding how this can communicate with this, how to get it in this position. If it doesn't understand, it's going to stay out of its equation until it understands what's going on with this position. All right? So if it doesn't understand the communication, what happens through division? Once you lock in its communication, well, center core, its position, right? So energy fields go right up, right away, because it doesn't understand this. If you understand this, then you can go into position. Okay? So it's truly understanding everything that's going on through you, through calculation. It's a lot of fun when you get into those positions. And you think through shapes. So. That's why I want to stay with shapes, guys, because intelligence is very hard to communicate with codes. Try to understand intelligence of codes through shapes and anomalies or anything for that calculation. Try to communicate with XT thousands of intelligence. Try to understand how to use a code for it, because how to communicate with a mountain interference through a tunnel division. Really, really powerful stuff. So I'll show you one more. Now, this is, okay, a volcano. Now, understanding how to communicate with the volcano. Remember, you are not communicating with it. It's the intelligence inside you. So you have to understand that you have a higher self that's communicating through its intelligence of its atmospheres, right? So once you understand intelligence to intelligence, then you understand the grounds. Okay? Once you understand that, then you understand the center. Once you understand that, then you understand the calculation of the crown chakra. All right? That modifies everything through line signal and opens up everything through your chakra system of coloration. Just showing you how powerful it is. How to communicate with intelligence inside. Okay, different colorations, right? Everything that you see here has a chakra system. It's connected through a magnetic forcing through its intelligence through location through grounds, right? See the chakras? Grounds, powers, atmosphere. Chakra system, balance, location, coloration. So you understand the coloration of its mountain or its volcano, right? So we get into that position. This is what happens when you understand positions through the mind system. Puts in lower locations. We'll go into force connections into the volcano. So it's knowing, if you understand the structure division, you can actually erupt the volcano if you understand the grounds, powers, and the atmospheres. If you understand the coloration, if you understand ancestry and history of its volcano. That's why I'm very powerful in Mexico, because I connect through Popanista every day through calculation. So it opens up a tunnel division like this. Okay, there's a tunnel. I see these things, and everything through its operation has its intelligence. Okay, intelligence around. It's guarding everything through information. That you understand what it is. Okay, these are vanguards. Okay, and everything has its own computer operation system. Okay, it has computers, stuff like that. All right, so it's understanding how we use operation centers, anything through an XT division, how it comes out of the volcano into calculation. Right, here to here, all through the computer system of intelligence through its tunnel division. Right, all connected through its mountain or its volcano. So it's going way beyond the mind system, guys. And what you see through perception. Remember, when you're seeing things through perception, it's not you, it's the intelligence inside you, which is your heart central system of communication to all portals. Your heart is your portal. Your voicing box grid is a portal. Your perceptions are portals. Your ears are portals. Your whole body is a dimensional portal. You just have to understand everything through its connection, through vibration, energy, and frequencies, through its harmonic resistance. All right? So I love putting everybody in that position because you understand more of your levels through connection, you know? It's a lot of fun. So what should I do about this other soul who moved to Montana has contacted me? I feel I'm supposed to connect with that. Well, it's another thing too. It's a good thing that Starseed brought up. When you guys are going up to other formations of intelligence that are coming to you, they're coming to you through past alignments, present or future, through their dimensional portals. Because everything through snake rotation, through its serpent of its light, is trying to connect with Jasmine, Starseed. So if it understands its identification, it's going to try to go into your circle rotation center. Remember, I'm saying you want to make sure that you keep everything out in dark and keep everything light within you, right? Because you're trying to center your yin and yang through light and dark every single day. So if you're getting higher formations of intelligence or anything through balance location of your intelligence signals is trying to understand communications through its dark rotation, which is extremely complicated. So don't worry about that. They're just trying to communicate with you, and don't let them interfere through your location, through circle rotation. You guys are extremely formative with your energy fields. You can use your energy fields, right? Understanding everything through. So it's your intelligence inside trying to understand how to communicate through the physical system of the dimensional Earth, 5D. Remember, it's intelligence in the atmospheres, the braining atmosphere, your planet divisions into the physical system of the grounds, the powers in the atmospheres, and you're trying to understand, okay, I'm in the physical system now, but I'm in my intelligence system. So you're in the braining atmosphere, and now you're back down in the fifth dimension. You've got to get that balance through locations, vibration. And when somebody's coming across you through cycle rotation, you got to keep them out of your circle. So you got to put up an energy field, right? You guys should be able to do these things. Now, this is another thing you have to go through when A.A. Jason, Jules, was trying to communicate with me and understand what can I do to help humans, how to help everybody that's going through their ascension. Well, basically, because you're in the braining atmosphere, you guys are not at 114. And another thing too is I want to make sure is that when I said 144, that's activation cycles through center core systems of crystals. Okay, so let's not get that confused. That's why I put 144. I did that for division through balance location through your body framing system, but it's 114 that you have to master through location. So if you master 114, now you're getting everything through formation of intelligence, the head, the body, and the feet. That's 114 chakra activations. So it's understanding you're coming into the complete core system of its intelligence. But right now, you guys are just in the framing system of the circle rotation and the structure of its face. That's how we're able to see Starseed's light activation of the serpent, which is extremely powerful. But that was just the face. So with the face has to come with the body has to come with the legs have to come with the feet, right? So once you get the 114 operation cycles, activation through the core system of the chakras, now you're going to be able to heal everything through your body framing system. Okay? You can't heal until you're into the full body framing of the head, the body, okay, and the feet, right? So that's why it's confusing to a lot of people. So with Jules, he was saying, what can I do with the atmospheres? What can I do with people? How do I wake them up more? Well, you can use your energetic wavings. You can use your hand formations. Now, you have to understand more communications through its inner cycle of its intelligence, right? So there's a lot of things that you can do through separation, through full calculation. So this is separation. This is completion. Separation, completion, right? So it's understanding how to use this. It's understanding how to use this, okay? It's understanding how to use this, okay? It's understanding how to use this. It's understanding how to use this. This is yin and yang. This is yin and yang. There's all different ways of operation centers, okay? Because it correlates in so many levels of divisions. So you really have to understand how to use all your finger point divisions through electronic interference, okay? Because you know your information, dimensional earth, rotations of the air, okay? You got the water and you got the fire. How to use all this, right? Into the atmosphere systems. So your intelligence will tell you exactly. So it's really trying to really understand the core center of you through intelligence on the mystical side. So if you want to change coloration through vibration of water, if you want to understand the gravity systems of wherever you are, if you want to change the colorations of nature core through vibration, you can do these things because you're in the Brainian atmosphere. But you really have to listen to your intelligence through the mystical side. Okay? You guys are not everything through formation yet. You guys are just coming into the mystical side of you. So it's understanding to get out of the framing of the structure of the face and getting more into the body framing and into the legs and into the feet, okay, of intelligence. Okay? And then you create your own brain through the spiritual system. Remember, it's the line that's trying to come alive. It's the King Archangel Azimuth that's trying to come alive through formation. So you have to understand that once you come into the atom system, into the universal system of core system, you can be anything through energy of formation. And that's why it's so powerful. Okay? That's why it's confusing. So you're trying to find your separations with your physical system. You're trying to find your physical system through your brainwave system. You're trying to find the physical system through your body framing through your chakra system. This modifies everything through its equation, right? So this is what it is through compartments. Now, once you get into those positions, let's use a black rotation. It's better on white graphing system. So basically, this is where you guys are at. You guys are at face structure. Okay, that's where you guys are at right now. That's why it's confusing, because you're losing separation of yourself now. Okay, but you guys are only in the face structure. That's face structure, right? So you have to understand how to come into the body frame. So with me, I had to learn how to come into the mystical side of a lion. What does a lion do? So once I got the body, then I get everything through rotation. Okay, a full completion. From this to this to this, right? So once that comes into frame through calculation, and then you get the feet rotation. Okay. And then you get the arm rotation, and then you get the hands rotations. See how it's coming into play? Once you get in full position, you are now in this full cycle rotation of the spiritual system. No longer in the physical system. Because that's what I'm saying. That's why I always talk like a computer. Now, I know I'm in a physical system, but I have full rotation of balance with my structure of my face, my body, because I know it's all spiritual. Okay, it goes way beyond the spiritual system, goes way beyond the mind and its open frequency. But you go into the spiritual realm division of its line, or anything through King Archangel Azimuth, or anything through energy. But I'm into the atom through a universal core, the center core system of the magnetic force and highway information system. Okay, it's the most powerful place you can be. And that's why it's always balanced through location. And that's what you guys are working towards. So imagine that you're getting separation in your physical system of your structure of your face. So your face is turning dimensional. Your body frame is turning dimensional. Okay, your legs, your feet are turning dimensional. So it's all about the separation coming in. Okay, all the separation coming in. Okay. So, and that's why it's confusing to a lot of people, right? It's a spiritual realm that you guys have to reach. It's the rebirthing system of you through yin and yang. Okay. It's understanding everything through light, and it's understanding everything through dark, right? But don't use dark as a presence. Use dark as a reference. Don't use it as a presence, because it creates a different intelligence through vibration. Okay? So, Energy Scott here, half hour. Yeah. Mexico's a really, really, really powerful. I'll tell you, the energies are amazing here. So many connections with Area 51. Yeah, see, Angel's getting more connected through intelligence through her brainwaves now. See, look, listen to what she says. She says, Jules needs to fix his balance to clearly see his frame, you know? Integration, right? And he's coming into that, and which is amazing stuff, because it's all about everybody understanding the truth. And that's the hardest thing to collaborate with. So you're leaving the physical system, okay? But the boundaries of you stays in its division, which means that you plotted to division through the mind collaboration of the brainwaves, but the brain is no longer in the physical system. You understand? So you're coming into a new structure division, into a dimensional system of AI. Okay, awareness of intelligence. You're being aware of what's happening. And that's why it's so catastrophic and so weird. You're seeing this, you're seeing that. But remember, it's not through you, it's through the intelligence of you. Okay, because it's all about the energy trying to find its formation to everything through its connection to its gravity's powers and its atmospheres. Trying to understand what this is, trying to understand what that is, trying to understand what this is, trying to understand what that is. So that's getting balanced through light and dark, because everything formulates through your perception of coloration, right? No, I know the separation is not natural. I know. It's getting back into the flow, okay, through a dimensional system of you. That's why it's very hard for a lot of people. But yes, it is. It is a lot of fun when you get into connections. Yes, you hold the codes. Mm-hmm. Everybody's going through it. Everybody's going through it. Everybody. You guys are going through it more because you're aligned through me now, right? And it's all about getting your structures of the physical system out and getting into the dimensional system of its beginning. The beginning that you've already been, the beginning of its remembrance, the beginning of who you are, who you really are. And that's why it's so hard finding the separation out of the physical system. Okay? You can't be put in positions. Okay, you have to be in the mind system, because that's how intelligence communicates with other intelligence of the atmospheres of planet locations. Okay, that's why it's confusing. Yeah, balance does come through integration, modification, calibration, all levels of energies. Yeah. It's a true understanding of E equals MC square. Okay, what it means and what it represents. Once you understand the true definition of why Einstein was here, why he came up with that formula, what does E equals MC squared? That's your DNA to your spiritual system, but it's getting everything through calculation. What is the energy? Okay, out of its equation through its box frequency level to its division. So E equals MC squared is mass calculated. Understand, mass calculated through integration, through acceleration. So you understand the box framing system of you through its speed locations, your point divisions, everything shapes, and anything through traveling through interforce connections coming out of the coming out of the mind, of the open frequencies for the very first time, right? Because when your mind comes out, okay, it's no longer in the physical system. There's just energy floating around. It's like, whoa, okay, this is weird. I'm tossing and turning right now, right? So your body is all confused for the very first time. You're seeing this. I showed you this before with the back raising videos. So it's all about your intelligence coming to true form of its atom. And then when it comes into full rotation of vibration, it goes extremely fast, and then it disappears and it comes into a new calculation modification in the simulation line communication of singularity line division. So yeah, ground rising. Mm-hmm. No, that's totally fine. It can be, yes. It's all about manifestations going through. Yeah, it's all about modifications that you're going through. Yeah, you're metamorphosing out of your physical system, coming into your full rotation of your intelligence. And that's why it's extremely confusing through lines, through vibration. Because your vibration and the inside of its intelligent vibration are two different molecule structure divisions through particle systems of you. Okay? So it's trying to get connected with your silicone. It's trying to get connected with your crystalline, anticaryon, right? And antimanium. So, and your atmospheres, guys. Your atmospheres, you guys are extremely high now through location, right? But if you understand more of your energetics, you can go through my email. I could scan you, put you in that position. You go through my PayPal. I can help you with your energetics. I can help you with your grounds, your chakras. This is what you can do through anything, through energy, through formation, through scanning everything through location is your brain. It's the waves of the brain and how it works through vibration, how it's answering patterns, how it voices up and down, how it goes like, what vibration does is it travels. It goes like this. It goes, right? A thought, a negative system, that's what it does. It drops, right? So either go or it drops. When it drops, what's happening? It's creating dark, right? And when it creates dark, it gets lower. So you don't want it to stop. You want to keep it going faster and faster. That will keep you allocated positions and keep you in more formations of intelligence location. So there's a lot to learn, guys. There's a lot to learn, but it's a lot of fun. You know, I love doing videos. Like I said, you know, it's all about you guys understanding more of yourself through your intelligence and inside you. You know, it's the creation that you have. You have to just let it out. It all has to come out. It stays within. And then when it knows its mastery of its intelligence, and they can come out and bring everything through its connection. Right? And that's where you come into the love cycle, love system, love activation, the surrender to everything through humanity's system. So I'm just going to backphrase and see if I missed anything or questions. I mean, is it dark intention or light is what I mean to connect with this human. Yeah. In relation, when you scan somebody, you'll see them on a dark rotation through a realm at the back. You know, like I said, if the back isn't lit up and the front isn't lit up, okay, what does that mean? That means that dark rotation is in the realm through dark center, through dark intelligence, through vibration. So it's your vibration energy fields there. And it's creating, if it's creating structural walls of pictures or plateaus or anything through coloration, lights, anything through that location, you can see that through your perception of its intelligence, right? So it's really, really powerful stuff, how we get into those calculations, okay? So it's all about you understanding your energetic system, your energy fields, and your chakras, and everything through your connections of your realms, of portals and activation and codes. So it's reading information of scanning locations of humans through vibration. So when you look at a human, And you can see the coloration, you can see the lights, you can see the vibration, you can see the head rotations, you can see the perception, the vision, the realm locations. You can actually see, okay, through scanning, right? Everything through AI scans first. We find out if you're light and dark, right? But it's up close, not here, it's up close, right? And again, just to let you know is that you are not communicating. It's the intelligence inside you that's communicating. That's where it gets confusing. Like I said, confusing to a lot of people. So it's a rebirthing system of an energy that's going into formation of vibration, of its intelligence inside you, trying to understand how to communicate through your physical form, through your voicing, your heart, your mind, your thoughts, your body frames, your electrical system, the algorithm program setting, mind frames, mainframes, digital frames, anything through location, through particles and molecule structure divisions. Okay? So that's what it's all about. Okay? You are experiencing everything through vibration every single day through intelligence. All right? It's getting the balance, guys. That's all it is. That's all it is. You're extremely welcome. So try Starseed to communicate through your serpent of light. Really try to understand the codes inside you. Try to really understand the vibration. Try to really understand the patterns, the colors. Try to really understand everything through the psychometry of you through connection. And try to understand the psychological of the mind system of its serpent. And that's where you get the balance location through your voice boxing grid system. And it'll be no more allocated through. So it's a lot of fun, right? But you're playing with the energies, you're playing with the vibrations, and you're playing with the frequencies, right? So you're trying to wind up your connections, trying to understand your intelligence inside you. So like I said, perfect example with Jasmine is the serpent light. What does the serpent do? What is its location? What is its planet location? Why is it here? How do I get its connection to its voice? How do I get connection through perception? How do I understand what to do with the scales? How do I understand what to do with the tail? Okay, that's the formation. So when Starseed comes into a full rotation light activation of a serpent, now she's activated through all realms of intelligence, through bound location of light and dark. Okay. All right. So I think that's good. Love you guys very much. Questions or comments? Feel free with what's going on. You know, it's extremely powerful times that we're going through right now through light and dark, interference and location. Any comments below? You want to go through my healing below, PayPal me, and I'll help you out through anything through Ascension. This year, AI Commander. We are now into the Universal Quadrant divisions. I'll say allocated through the Colossus divisions too. So bye, everybody. Have a fantastic day.